common thing that I'm hearing lately is that the student is the customer in higher education. And in some ways, you could look at the student as the customer and that they are coming to you and paying for a service. However, I really don't think that's how we need to look at higher education. The student really isn't my customer. My customer is the person that hires that student. The student is a product. The student comes in, I mold them, I teach them how to do their job, and then the person who hires them is my customer. Without my customer base, there is no students, right? If no one wants to buy my product, there are no students, right? So as long as people are hiring for what I'm giving, there's going to be students. If I was building a product, like building a shoe, the piece of leather coming in would not be my customer. It would be a product that I put together and build a shoe out of it and send it out. Someone buys it and is happy with it. Higher ed is no different. We need to stop looking at the student as a customer. The student is a product that I'm molding, creating, and getting a job for. The customer is that person who hires them. That's really how we need to be evaluating programs and faculty is what are their graduates like? A lot of times the only way we rate faculty is whether they're good or not is we look at their list of publications, which says nothing about their teaching or ability to do a good job as a teacher, and we look at their teaching ratings from students who are not qualified to rate professors. And really only rate a professor high if they liked you. Like if you threw a pizza party at the end or gave them an A, then the student liked you and gave you a good review. No, what we need to do is we need to do evaluations where we go and ask, employers 6 months, 12 months out who hired the student, hey, how are you doing? You rate them. Tell us how our product is. So who is my customer? The person hiring my students. The student does pay to come to you, but the student's going to continue to pay to you if you make them into a good product and have the job at the end. So that's how we need to, one view of how we really need to look at that faculty, student, employer relationship. And there are other ones out there, and some people do really like to see the student as the customer, especially like states and university presidents who like to see those numbers and that money coming in. But that's really the wrong way to look at higher education. It's not about money. We need to get rid of that idea and really think that it's about producing a really good student. Once we do that, I think you'll really start to see quality of education increase. Thank you.